Welcome to another High Ground podcast in under 10 minutes. I'm Stevie W.
Callum.
And today, so who's our favourite? Okay, should we include Adam West in this?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, including Adam West up to Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Who's the best Batman and Bruce Wayne?
Well, it's going to be a boring and short answer and predictable, but Michael Keaton for me.
The Batman and Bruce Wayne?
That's Batman and Bruce Wayne, yeah.
You're right, this is supposed to be in under 10 minutes, and yeah.
Yeah, we've done it already.
Okay, we've done it. Okay,
No,
we've done it. It's Michael Keaton.
I just think Michael Keaton, like, one of the Empire film podcasts recently, they described him perfectly. Michael Keaton looks like he's wired wrong when he plays Bruce Wayne, and I think what they mean by that is something looks like it's not right under the surface with him. Like, he's always looks like he's ruminating on something, thinking, not happy. He's always in the dark, and the way that Michael Keaton shot in the Tim Burton films, it's just fantastic. Like, yeah, and he plays that duality between Batman and Robin. I know he said that, Batman and Bruce Wayne, with perfection. So like, I can't separate each character. To be honest, I can separate each character. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. I can separate Bruce Wayne and I can separate Batman. I think with the later ones, they try and sort of mold them together so you get a bit of Bruce Wayne and Batman, and that's for me, they're totally separate characters. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I think for me it was Michael Keaton has the edge. And it always goes back to the scene where Joker breaks into Vicky Vale's.
Yeah.
And
want to get nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he tells the story. He's all calm, then just on a dime, bangs.
Yeah.
Goes straight to, you want to see nuts? I'll show you nuts.
Let's get nuts.
And then do you dance with Joker and bang, and he just changes back to what? It's like his performance is superb.
Yeah, I think he always seems, even in Spider-Man, he had this great quality where something's simmering below the surface with every Keaton performance, and you just don't know when it's going to come or if it ever will, you know, because in Spider-Man it never really does. He sort of keeps it under wraps, which was a good decision because he's not a bad guy in that. And but there are performances he's done before where you do think, oh, something's going to blow up here.
I liked him. I liked him in Birdman. I thought Birdman.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Birdman actually. Yeah.
But that's slightly off subject. But I just was that, you know, in Batman Returns, the Kiss Under the Mistletoe, with Deadly Beauty,
it's fantastic.
Cinematically, the piercing blue eyes of Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Keaton, and they realise who they are. That whole scene to me is this. You can never the others couldn't pull off that.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Val Kilmer was your action figure Batman.
Yeah.
George Clooney would have been a good Batman if he'd had a decent script.
Yeah.
I think honestly, people. I mean, if you notice, he's the only one that had a acting career afterwards.
Yeah, really. and before on TV, I think with VR.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I honestly don't even think he's the worst Batman. It's the worst Batman movie, but it's not the worst performance. I think Val Kilmer's probably the worst. But I think Ben Affleck was getting there. I thought he was good from the start, which is weird. You know, even Keaton, you take some time when you first saw the first original Batman. Annoyingly, you saw it in cinema.
Yeah.
Jealous. But
it was an event movie. We didn't have many event movies.
They worked it up.
Yeah.
In notches, and you weren't quite sure who Michael Keaton was at the time. Whereas going in, you know who Christian Bale was. You know your baggage was already there. Christian
Bale was lucky. He was surrounded by greatness.
Yeah.
And he had actors he could literally. Michael Keaton was. I mean, that's what I say. Michael Keaton had Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Jack Nicholson. So he had. And Christopher Walken.
Acting chops to go against.
And Kim Basinger as well. That's not. And yet. But he would command the screen. Christian Bale was lost.
Yeah.
With the likes of Liam Neeson and Heath Ledger. But Christian Bale also, the scene where Batman's interrogating the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Heath Ledger wouldn't be half as good if it wasn't for Christian Bale.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm not a massive fan of Christian Bale in general, and I think he's a better Bruce Wayne than he is a Batman. But that scene's perfect for like the tension of them playing off each other, and you know, there's nothing you can do to me. Like, you know, they know. Like, Batman knows he's beaten in that fight, and he's not even throwing a punch yet, you know.
I was very... So I wish Robert Pattinson best of luck with Batman because
he's a good actor.
But when he was cast, 'cause I'm not a Twilight fan.
No.
But when he was cast, I was very much because I thought, I'm one of these people who never wants to see an actor fail.
Yeah.
Because they do their best. I mean, it's like I'm not a fan of Zac Efron, but I think eventually in time he's going to make a superb movie.
Yeah, I think Zac Efron's done some really good stuff actually. I mean, he's absolutely. It wasn't a great film, but his performance as Tim. What's the matter with my language today? Ted Bundy, sorry.
Yeah. I haven't seen that.
It's not a great film, but his performance is worth it alone. I mean, obviously Ted Bundy wasn't getting his shirt off and showing his abs, but he plays the part well, so it's worth recommending through that.
That's why I'm hoping Robert Pattinson. This is not going to be the career killer for him.
No.
And Ben Affleck, to me, he was. If he hadn't been lumbered with such I'm sorry, I like Zack Snyder, but the script, the films, the Batman were terrible.
Yeah.
And I really wanted Ben Affleck to be a good Batman. I was, but I mean, I'm going back to the whole Michael Keaton thing. I'm not looking through rose-tinted glasses.
No.
I'm looking for, and I'm not saying because he was my generation's Batman, but he just, like you say, he is one. He's one step from going overboard and it's the whole thing about you live long enough to be the villain. Bad guy.
The flip side of the coin with Michael Keaton for me was always Kevin Conroy, a guy who played Batman and Bruce Wayne in the animated series, because the animated series was the other great Batman pillar of, cultural pillar, because people always sort of dismiss it and say, well, it's for kids and it was animated, but you had some of the best Joker performances from Mark Hamill as well. Like the voice acting in that was spot on. I mean, there's even an episode where Batman and Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are sitting in Wayne Manor together watching. I think they're watching some superhero program that exists in the universe of the show, and it was called The Grey Ghost, and it was like their version of the Shadow, or like the sort of 1930s superhero guy, and Adam West does the voice.
Nice.
So it's great trying it together. Like they did some great things with the animated series. It's just that sadly people only think of the films.
Mass audience to get people. A lot of people to see animation.
Yeah, which is understandable, but I mean,
I haven't watched those since the early '90s because it was Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton was involved as well. He was a producer, so.
And to me, it's
great.
Michael Keaton's Batman also had the best sound. The Danny Elfman soundtrack and everything.
I mean, talking of Michael Keaton, he was a controversial choice, wasn't he?
Yeah, everybody was
like, well, who's this guy playing Batman? Like,
you got to remember, the fanboys don't know what they want until it comes out, and then they change their mind.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you can't have it. You can't have Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice, a comedy actor playing Batman.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Beetlejuice, yeah. I remember there was a rumor when Dark Knight was coming out, and it was that Michael. I don't know if you heard it, but Michael Keaton was going to play the Joker. Did you hear that at the time?
No, but that would have been good.
I was thinking channeling Beetlejuice into that role. That would have been perfect. He has that sort of mystery in his performances, doesn't he? And I think that's the perfect thing for Bruce Wayne and Batman. They are a mystery. No one, unless you have been unfortunate enough to experience your parents being killed, it's quite an alien concept, isn't it? Really?
Definitely. I just, I know that he moved on because and to Tim Burton because they weren't selling enough McDonald's toys.
Yeah.
But to me,
Batman Forever did that for them.
Pardon?
Batman Forever did it for them. I remember.
Yeah. And then they went to the other one with the bat nipples, that credit card. Don't worry about it.
Don't talk about that one.
So you know what? We round this in under 10 minutes. We'll do another longer one where we actually
there's
go
lots
through
to
the
say
Batman
about
movies.
I think
But
or commentaries.
Yeah, definitely. But I definitely think Batman is and Bruce Wayne is definitely Michael Keaton. We love Michaal Keaton. So that's been a High Ground podcast in under 10 minutes. I'm Stevie W.
Callum.
See you all another High Ground podcast in under 10 minutes.
Adios.